Let's see the example of rigid flange coupling. In a rigid flange coupling to transmit 20 kilowatt at 700 rpm, the flanges are of cast iron and other parts are of C40. Assume stresses for cast iron. Tensile is equal to 28 megapascal, compressive is equal to 60 megapascal, shear is equal to 10 megapascal. Stresses for C40, tensile is equal to compressive is equal to 110 megapascal, shear is equal to 40 megapascal, bearing is equal to 25 megapascal. Determine diameter of shaft, diameter of bolts, and if 6 bolts are used, and various flange dimensions. So first check out the given data in the problem. Here you have given the power, that is P is equal to 20 kilowatt. So convert it into watt. So power will be 20 into 10 raised to 3 watt. Speed is given 700 rpm. Number of bolts are given in the problem, which are denoted by small n, is equal to 6. Now for material, that is two types of materials are given, that is first is cast iron, that is the flanges are of cast iron, and the remaining parts, that is the other parts of the flange coupling, that is the shaft, key and bolt, are made up of C40. Okay, so you have to remember that as the material is different, the induced stresses or the safe stresses for that materials are different. Okay, like for cast iron the stresses are given, and also for C40 stresses are given. So as the hub and flange is a single unit, that is it is a single casting, so the material for the hub and flange is same, that is cast iron, and the stresses for the cast iron are given as sigma T is equal to 28 megapascal, sigma CR, that is compressive stress, is equal to 60 megapascal, and tau is equal to 10 megapascal. And the other parts, that is shaft, key and bolt, are made up of C40, for which the stresses are given. Sigma T is equal to sigma C is equal to sigma CR is equal to 110 megapascal, tau is equal to 40 megapascal, and bearing pressure PB is equal to 25 megapascal. So this is the given data in the problem. So let's start with the power. As the power transmitted by the coupling is given, which is 20 kilowatt. So by using the equation of power, that is P is equal to 2 pi nt by 60, you have to calculate the torque for that power. So always remember, the torque in the equation of power is always a maximum torque that a coupling can transmit. So here using the equation of power you can calculate the torque. Also remember that the torque which is calculated from the equation of power is always in terms of Newton meter. Okay, so once you get the torque in Newton meter, you have to convert it into Newton mm. Okay, so the torque in the Newton meter will be 272.83 Newton meter. So in terms of Newton mm, it will be 272.83 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. So our first step is design of shaft. Considering the shaft under twisting moment, so equation of twisting moment is T is equal to pi by 16 d cube multiplied by tau. So from this equation, the diameter of the shaft is undetermined. So equate the equation for d cube, and once you get the cube root of d, you will get the diameter as 32.62 mm. So take the approximate value is equal to 34 mm. Now set the other dimensions of the coupling by using the standard empirical relations. In that, first is outer diameter of the hub, which is denoted by capital D, and empirical relation is capital D is equal to 2D. So diameter of the hub, outer diameter of the hub will be 68 mm. Outer diameter of the bolt circle D1 is equal to 3D. Therefore, D1 is equal to 102 mm. Outer diameter of the flange D2 is equal to 4D. Therefore, D2 is equal to 136 mm. Length of the hub capital L is equal to 1.5D. Therefore, capital L is equal to 51 mm. Width of the key is equal to D by 4. Therefore, width of the key is equal to 8.5 mm. Next, thickness of the key is T, D by 6. Therefore, T is equal to 5.66 mm. The length of the key is equal to capital L. Small l is equal to capital L. So, capital L is already calculated, that is length of the hub, which was 51 mm. Therefore, small l is equal to also 51 mm. Next is thickness of the flange. TF is equal to 0.5 times D. Therefore, TF is equal to 17 mm. And thickness of protection TP is equal to 0.25 D, which is equal to 8.5 mm. So, these all dimensions are fixed by using the empirical relations of flange coupling. Then use these standard dimensions for calculating the induced stresses in the flange coupling. So, second step is design of hub. So, generally hub is designed by considering it as a hollow shaft. Therefore, torque transmitted by the hollow shaft is given by the equation T is equal to pi by 16 times capital D raised 4 minus small d raised 4 multiplied by tau. So, from this equation the induced shear stress in the hub is checked. Therefore, equate the equation for shear stress, and the shear stress is calculated or coming out as 4.71 megapascal. So, here you have to compare this induced shear stress with safe stress, which is given in the problem. So, as we know in the given data for shaft and hub, induced shear stress is 10 megapascal, allowable shear stress is 10 megapascal. So, here induced shear stress is 4.71 megapascal, which is less than 10 megapascal. So, for the selected dimensions of the coupling, our stresses are within the limit, that is within the permissible limits. So, we can say that our design is safe. If the stresses are exceeding the limit, that is if the stress will be greater than 10 megapascal, then we can say that for selected dimensions our design is not safe. Next, third step is design of flange. So, torque transmitted by a flange is given by the equation T is equal to pi d Tf tau multiplied by d by 2. So, again here you have to check the induced shear stress with permissible shear stress. So, equate the equation for tau. Once you put all the values, the tau will be 2.20 megapascal, and in problem the safe stress is given as again 10 megapascal. Tau is equal to 10 megapascal and the induced stress will be 2.20 megapascal, which is less than 10 megapascal. So, we can say that our design is safe. Fourth step is design of key. So, considering shear failure of the key, the equation of torque transmitted will be T is equal to LB tau multiplied by d by 2. So, for torque, given a calculated torque, calculated length and width, check the induced shear stress. So, here the tau will be 37.021 and the permissible or allowable torque, allowable shear stress for the key material is, so here you can see that the shear stress for the key material, key, shaft and bolt material is 40 megapascal and our induced stress is less than 40 megapascal. Next is considering the crushing. So, here we can say that our key is safe in shear. Now, check whether the key is safe in crushing or not. So, for considering the crushing failure of the key, so equation is T is equal to L T by 2 sigma CI d by 2. So, after putting all the values, equate the equation for crushing stress. Now, here you can see the crushing stress, induced crushing stress is 111.19 megapascal and the allowable shear in crushing stress for the shaft, key and bolt is 110 megapascal. So, here our value of stress is exceeding the given value. So, we can say that for in crushing our key will fail for the selected dimensions. So instead of selecting the length as 51 mm, here you can see that length small l is taken as 51 mm. So for that 51 mm our key is not safe. Now here you can see or keep in mind that we are rearranging the dimension for the length only, not for the thickness and not for the diameter, because this small d is the diameter of the shaft. And if you want to alter the dimensions of the shaft, the only solution is that you have to replace the shaft. So once you are going to replace the shaft, there will be extra cost we have to pay for that replacement of the shaft. So better, what is the better solution for that? You can replace the other dimensions which are independent of the small d, that is diameter of the shaft. So if you are considered to alter the thickness of the shaft, here the thickness of the shaft depends upon the diameter, because by standard empirical relation t is equal to d by 6. So again it depends upon the diameter. So don't try to alter the dimension of thickness. So concentrate on the length. So here the best way to alter the dimension is of length. So for safe design, by using the same equation, by putting the value of crushing stress, given value of crushing stress, that is 110 megapascal, you can calculate the length. So here for that value of crushing stress, your length will be 51.55, that is approximately equal to 52. Okay, so instead of taking the length as 51 mm, your length will be shall be 52 mm. Okay, and for that 52 mm your key is also safe for the crushing. Okay, next step is design of bolts, considering the shear failure of the bolts. So here the equation of failure of the bolts in shear will be T is equal to n pi by 4 dc square multiplied by tau multiplied by d1 by 2. So here you have to calculate the core diameter of the bolt, that is dc, and from the equation dc will be 5.32 mm. Now the nominal diameter of the bolt is calculated by using the equation d1 is equal to dc by 0.84, and that will come out as 6.34. So take the approximate value as 8 mm. So from standard table we can say that the bolts of size M8 are used. And last is the considering the crushing failure of the bolts. So here again for the selected values you have to check the induced crushing stress would be less than the permissible shear stresses, permissible crushing stresses. So check whether the induced crushing stress is less than the allowable or permissible shear stress. So from this equation the induced shear stress is 9.85 megapascal, which is less than 110 megapascal. So we can say that our design of bolts is safe for the selected dimensions of the bolt. Thank you.